you'd expect him to get the run with roll.
And we are into it. Top of the ladder, Cats. Start with a free kick. Abbott, one of the late inclusions for Geelong, replacing Reece Stanley, gets a free kick straight away, and one of the Garys, Gary Rowan, almost took the mark. They've averaged 57.5 points against Geelong in the past 18 months at this ground. They can storm out of the middle here, though, the Dogs. Dunkley feeding it forward. Bontempelli, a little double grab. Allowed Kelly just to hold him up, but not stop his progress completely. And onto the chest of Toby McLean.
It's exactly what you've got to do against the Cats defence.
6 goals, 4, so hasn't hit the scoreboard as much as he would have liked. He wasn't particularly accurate in front of goal last year. Needs to hit this one, and that's the contact he was after. And the Bulldogs respond well.
Will readjust him to play a little bit more respect to the opponent, a little bit tighter, which is going to be beneficial for the entire forward line.
McLean, Kolajasny, had to be careful not to give away the free. Smith, they can load it up again through Hunter. He does toss it high. There's Geelong defenders everywhere.
So hold on, Trengrove, I think. Yep.
Them all, Jace, hasn't he? He's back as a ruckman.
It's just that size that was never quite big enough for ruckman, but he's filled all spots, as you say.
Very high average of 15.8 disposals. Sound-looking kick. Gets the job done. The Dogs have got 2 on the board. His 10th season of AFL footy, Johannesson. Here's the set-up kick, and the lead came from Gowers, but dropping back into the space with courage was Dunkley, and the Cats' defence just a little bit out of kilter at the middle. To involve Daniel. Abrupt change of direction on Myers, so kept them working, and here's Trengove trying to work over the Cats' big lumbering ruckman. Johannesson's on a charge, and that spells danger on the move. Jason Johannesson's got the depth it has. It's got everything. What a goal.
And be able to launch from a good... Because he had good options in front of him, Johannesson, coming at the leg, but took on the big boy. That's a great finish.
Slapped forward by Easton Wood, so Tui's under the pump here. Wood with a bit of adrenaline pumping, comes hard through. He might still get on the end of it here, Easton Wood. Curls it back, gives his forwards a chance, and that's all they needed. Good take from Billy Gowers. The real bonus for the Bulldogs, and Billy Gowers hasn't quite hit the form we saw last year so far. Let's hope he can thread this through, and he's done it. So far for the Dogs. Plenty of flyers up on the wing. Henry, one of them, Wood, though, showed them how. Hunter again. And that's a beautiful spot up. And Norton to go back and have the shot again. Smith chiseled out a little one, and it was effective. Hayes. Norton being watched carefully. So it goes short, and Hunter gets clear again.
It was a dangerous kick, but it actually brought him infield a bit.
32 disposals and 9 marks last week. Averages 27 disposals a game. Huge ball winner, and that's a started that perfectly on line. And the Bulldogs staying right in this game. Some of their key ball winners realised there was a bit of an opening. Guthrie slapped it, not really the advantage at all of Constable. Instead, it's McRae back with courage, Blitzars, but he didn't finish the job, and Norton does. And what a difference that makes. And they stay in it again.
It looked like it got big on him late.
He didn't quite know where it actually was, and he's done a very good job on Norton, who's found it hard to get away from him. But he'll be thrilled that one bounced into the hands.
He couldn't get any leverage on the spoil. The tackle, Smith, they're back outside though, and that could be dangerous. So Daniel deft. Lloyd, superb. And McLean, 2 on 1. Tui on 1. And across they go and win it. Liberatore. Here's the Bont. He's got Lloyd on his own inside the 50. He saw him, and Sam Lloyd's going to mark, and you'd think goal here for the Bulldogs.
Oh, he could have handballed over the top, turned his back on it.
Well, the Dogs need him to kick.
You were about to launch if he doesn't.
I was.
They've kicked 2 goals, 4 for the quarter. They've got 3 goals now, and they're right back in this.
Look here. You can see bottom left of screen is Hayes. He'll run past, and he will continue unabated to the goal square. No one anywhere near him. I'm so glad he kicked it, and he made the goal umpire work too.
Ablett played their part, Mitch Duncan as well. And they get to half-time leading by 22 points in a bit of a shootout. Certainly late in that quarter it opened up. The last 3 goals, very telling for the Cats. What to do next? Hassled, but still got a releasing kick away. Hunter. Here's Johannisen pacing hard off half-back. This time it's a left-foot kick. Beautifully onto the chest of Liberatore. Not sure if it was by design, but Tate, you seem so unconvinced that you're not really giving him the benefit of the
chance to get the goal straight back.
Which they need. 2-6 for the year for Libba. That'll help.
Great kick.
Right through the middle. On the full as in, it wasn't touched.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
And, oh, mark not completed by Blitzars, and he's given up another goal. Now they're saying this is touched, but Norton put it through.
I believe it's a behind, just want to confirm it was touched off the boot.
Can't see from that angle.
Nothing to overturn it with yet.
At worst, it'll come back to an umpire's call. And it'll be behind anyway. Yeah.
So they stay with the umpire's call. Bulldogs so far. And they've got some width here with Johannisen. He loves the liberty to run and bounce. And a long lead from Wallace into the pocket. The kick hung there for a while, but Wallace good enough. And unusually for Geelong, the defenders just didn't quite get it right. He's on his side. This is one that has to be made for the Bulldogs. And it is. Very clever kick. Kept it low and put it through. Imposed to Trengove. Smith again for Bontempelli. Oh, he just brushed. Dismissed Guthrie. Charging through. Marcus Bontempelli. Irresistible. What a player he is. And that might get something going a bit more seriously for the Bulldogs.
And we saw him fumble a couple of times earlier in the game. Greasy ball. Watch him track this. Pick it up cleanly. Step. And then realised that he had the pace to break away. He wasn't getting closed down. He didn't have a clear leading option. That's a really good finish.
Tom Stewart had almost looked like he was peeling off to be able to cover the receiver, didn't he?
Wins games.
Yeah, it's as important as any stat there is, really, isn't it? Sometimes the most important. Wallace just jammed it on. Playing in front. Bears fruit for Richards. So this one hangs on the kick of Ed Richards. 4 minutes to go in the third. Tui does his thing on the mark. Stared down by young Ed Richards, who puts it right through the middle. And still they come. Crows here to set this chain in motion. Hayes to Norton. Blitzar's found a way to deny him. McRae released it to Liberatore. They just stay ahead of the game. Bontempelli, he takes the long shot, the hot shot. Yes!
Oh, how good's that?
The Bont is turning it on. Just when the Dogs needed it, he's landed 2 mighty blows in the third.
Given it's a little bit dewy. If he could get it on line, he could kick it 60 metres. He's kicked that from inside the square. Get it on line and let the ball skid straight.
Great game sense.
The middle, he's guided it for Crozier. Dogs are streaming forward. Bontempelli by boot this time. For Norton well up the ground. He's got Wallace across the field and he sees him. Blitzars couldn't close it out. And Wallace will take the shot to try and cut the margin to 9 points. The Bulldogs already have 81. The problem is Geelong have almost reached 100. They've got to take their chances, and Mitch Wallace does. Guides it right through the middle. It's back to 9. Time by Kolodjasny. Constable tried to get the hands free. He's gone.
Holding the ball, Western Bulldogs.
Great tackle, Richards.
A talented young player, there's no doubt. Big future ahead. 4 goals, 4 coming in, and we just give him a big pump up.
Just sliced it, slid off the outside of the boot. And they're not in a position to miss goals like that and think they can get back into it.
Dunkley just about found a way. Now, is that going to be deliberate?
Has to be.
Yes, it is.
It's a good decision.
He's only going at 30% by foot. And his goal kicking hasn't been a great feature, but he is a skilled player, and he shows it there. And he's just missed.
Oh, he tried the bluff.
Yeah,
Gee, it
full
looked
base.
close. If you're under pressure,
He must have been just outside.
The
was
9
the
metres.
comment.
So on the siren.
you can't play on.
No, I think he's still a bit scared to do it. So Cats win. They were challenged at times. They've got home by 44 points.